I'm Joseph DiVincenzo, Essex County Executive. Welcome to Inside Essex County. Today we have a special show concerning our budget, our 2010 budget. And joining me today is Paul Hopkins, our Essex County Treasurer. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you, Joe. It's good to be here.
We presented our 2010 budget, as you know, as of January 15th.
January 15th. Every year we've done it on time, except the first year when you came in, and we had an extremely difficult budget to deal with that year. However, this year's budget has gotten to the point where it's even more difficult because there's very few options left.
And then comes March 16th. Our new governor gives his report on his budget, on the state's budget.
And then our perfectly balanced budget blows up. For the last couple of years, we've basically asked everyone to hold the line since there's been no ability to expand what funding is in place. What we've seen the last couple of years is an extreme loss of revenue that was always part of our fixed budget base. The revenue we collect from the registrar's office on real estate transactions is down over $14 million in the last 2 years. That's a combination of the real estate market slowing down, as well as the overall economic condition. Property is not moving. Property is going into foreclosure rather than being sold on the open market. One of the major problems we've seen over the last 2 years on the appropriation side is an increase in our pension costs and an increase in our health benefits. Those are two areas that we have absolutely no control over, and it limits where we do have available money to fund some of our departments.
And in 2008, of course, I offered our 26 unions a 3% increase only if they would pay 1.5%, which they're going to have to do now by law for their health benefits. But also I asked them, because I knew we were going to have tough times in the future, is to take a 0 in 09 and a 0 in 10. One of the things that Paul mentioned was in reference to pension and health benefits. I could tell the viewing audience on the county side, we have 3,500 employees. Since 2007, our pension and costs has increased by a percentage, believe it or not, 83%. Our health benefits increased by 40%. There's no longer that the taxpayers from Essex County to continue to afford to be paying for this. This is why the workers, our employees, have to pay their fair share. As of March 16th, when the governor presented his plan, this county was cut approximately $25 million when it comes for grants for our prosecutor's office, where it comes for our jail, and also general assistance, our division of welfare. Right off the bat, it was not partially funded, it was totally eliminated. All right, and then when you talk about our vocational school was cut $2.6 million. Our county college was cut by $1.9 million. So there's no doubt that we're going to have to continue to do more here to make some serious cuts because right now we have a gap. You know, but Paul, you know, I think about where we were in 2003, where we had a $64 million budget deficit, and we turned that into a $54 million surplus.
That's right. If it wasn't for that surplus that we were able to build up when we got to the last 2 or 3 years where the economy really tightened up, we wouldn't have had any options.
And then come 2009, we also made we laid off an additional 219 people from the county. You know, we started at 4,200 when I took over in 2003, and we're down to approximately 3,500 employees.
And we've dealt with many of the hard budget decisions that other counties and municipalities are first dealing with today and screaming over. We've been dealing with since 2003. We've downsized, we've privatized, we've built in all kinds of efficiencies into the operation, and that has really made a big difference as the economy has taken a downward slide, that we are, as you said, much more prepared to deal with the problems.
You know, one of the things that we pride ourselves on is making sure that we run this government like a business, not like in the past the way it was run, you know, with all these one-shot revenues. Our goal is, you know, we just can't run this government on property tax alone. We have to go over there and create our own revenue.
So we have INS detainees in our facility that the federal government is paying us $105 a day. In the last 2 years, last year alone, we generated $17 million. The year before, when we were starting that program, we generated about $12 million because it was only done for part of the year. In our youth detention facility, again, was under a federal consent decree, is now 100% operational, running a very precise program, so much so that Passaic County was willing to close down their youth detention facility to save money, and through a shared services agreement, we house all of the youth detainees from Passaic County. Last year, we generated about $2.5 million. This year, for the full year, we're going to generate $5 million.
Then we go to our parks. You know, the Essex County Department of Parks would, of course, our revenue facility, whether it's golf, whether it's Turtleback Zoo, whether it's the Ritchie Coder Arena, whether it's our environmental center. When we first started out, Paul, when I took over, we were only bringing in revenue $4.7 million. This year, we're bringing in close to 8.3. Our goal at the end of 2010 is to hit over $9 million in revenue. You know, and the other thing is, I want people to know, since 2003, there's no question we have improved our parks, our infrastructures, built the new hospital center, finished building the jail, the historic courthouse. We're going to continue to make those improvements because the money that we receive is basically from our open space. It's from Green Acres dollars. It's from other DOT grants that take care of the roads, Port Authority dollars. We're going to continue to keep on making these improvements within our county because the money that I get from grants cannot be used for, Paul, operations.
Can't be used for operations.
So people are going to still see major improvements here. You know, in Essex County right now, during this very, very difficult time, people pay very high property taxes. You know, we have at this time one of the highest foreclosures rate right here in Essex County, and there's people out there that need our help, and we have to be able to keep our taxes at a point where it's affordable. And one of the things I'm proud about is in the last 8 years, our tax increase has been 3.15%. If you look in the whole state of New Jersey, there's 21 counties. We are the second lowest to, what county is that?
Cape May, I believe.
Cape May County, which they only have a budget, of course, $60 million. But we have a lot of work to do, Paul. And I hope we were able to inform the public today of the little things that we have to deal with as far as the budget. We still have a gap, but I'm very optimistic in where we're going in Essex County. I see a very, very bright future and us moving forward.
I think so.
And I want to thank you for coming on the show, Paul.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I never thought I'd miss you half as much as I do. It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best.
It must be love. It must be hospice.
Welcome back. Joining me is Liz Moore, host of Inside Essex County.
Joe, I know the South Mountain Recreation Complex is one of the most popular places in Essex County, but it did not look like it does now when you took office in 2003. What was it like before?
Well, not for my team took over in 2003. There's no question. Turtleback Zoo was a zoo that was in desperate need of repair. In fact, in 1995, the previous administration wanted to close it down, and we took it over in 2003. And you could see what's been done there. The work that we've accomplished in 2003 is one of the top zoos in New Jersey right now. And of course, Cody Arena, it was totally renovated, and now it's a first-class skating facility and multi-purpose facility. And of course, you have the park and ride. And now what we're looking to do is expand it. The complexes, which is called the South Mountain Recreation Complex. And what we're going to do on the corner of Northfield Avenue and Cherry Lane is we need additional parking. First of all, we're getting over 500,000 people a year at Turtleback Zoo. And so we need parking, number one. But also besides that, we're going to be building a miniature golf course themed after the African theme, which will be, you know, absolutely beautiful. also with that, we'll have a boathouse that's in a perfect position because it'll be overlook the Orange Reservoir there.
Here's a look at a recent press conference where the plans were announced for a new feature at the South Mountain Recreation Complex.
So that when the people travel there, whether it's through Essex County or the other 21 counties throughout New Jersey, they know this is the place to come.
I know that you don't design anything by accident. There's usually a theme, a whole look that you're going for. What is it this time?
This theme it's broken up into two areas. The first area is a mountain lodge for the restaurant area, and the second theme is the African continent. The miniature golf course that's going in here is an African-themed miniature golf course. It's going to be 19 holes. Of the 19 holes, it's broken up into three areas, which would be your Sahara Desert, your grasslands, and your African Congo.
That miniature golf course, restaurant, boathouse, that sounds like an amazing new addition to that complex. When do you hope that these plans get underway?
First of all, there's no question it's exciting because we'll be expanding the entire complex there. As far as the additional parking, as far as the golf course and the park itself, we'll be starting construction by May 1st in there. In reference to the boathouse, it will probably be by September 1st we will start construction on the boathouse.
Great. That's something really to look forward to.
Well, I think it's going to be a great complex, not only for the residents of Essex County, but the people from the state of New Jersey come here, because there's no question this is a destination place.
Good nutrition can lead to great things. Find out how a healthy lifestyle can help your child succeed.
We're here at the Essex County Division of Housing and Community Development, which administers the Community Development Block Grant Program. Tell me a little bit about the CDBG program.
The beauty of the CDBG program is that it can be used for a whole wide variety of projects. Principally, 70% of the funds have to benefit people of low and moderate income. We've purchased vehicles for many of our social service agencies to deliver Meals on Wheels programs and to provide services to our senior populations within the county. These programs, the CDBG program in particular, is the original tax relief program. It's been around over 30 years. And if it wasn't for these dollars, many of these municipalities would not be able to get these projects implemented. There are 4 towns that are not part of our consortium, and those are City of Newark, the City of Irvington, Township of Bloomfield, and the City of East Orange. They're funded directly. So we administer the program for the balance of the county, and we apply every year to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development for the Community Development Block Grant funds.
We're here at the Orange Public Library with Library Director Doris Walker, and I see we're standing under this beautiful dome. I'd love to hear more about this building and the historic nature of it.
The architect in 1900 was Stanford White of McKinnon, Mead and White. The building was placed on the National Historic Register in 1981, and so we are in the process of doing a major renovation to restore the building to its pristine conditions. Some of the grant work that we've done with community development block grant funds has been, we've put a new slate roof on. They've helped us with ADA projects. The last something that we did with them happened to be this particular dome, and we're really thankful that we have the support of the community development block grant project.
Here in Belleville, it's a pretty busy fire department. They go out on a lot of calls every year, and it's important to have the most up-to-date equipment possible. I'm here with Fire Chief Robert Caruso, who's gotten some new engines through the CDBG grant program.
Thanks, Liz. I appreciate it. We have been getting grants from the county since 1995. We've gotten 3 engines, and we've gotten 3 ambulances, probably in excess of $1 million worth of grant money to the Township of Belleville. Typically, we run about 5,000 runs a year, and it's very important that their equipment is reliable and ready to go at any moment. and our ambulances are out constantly. Bread and butter of our town, probably close to 3,500 to 4,000 runs a year on EMS, and true life-saving pieces of equipment for us.
We're here at the Milburn Police Department where CDBG grant money helped pay for a brand new handicapped accessible ramp. And I'm here with Chief David Barber. Chief, tell me why this was an important improvement to this town.
Well, prior to this ramp, anyone who came here had to go to the rear of the building, push a button to get to alert the officers at the desk, then someone had to go back and bring them in. This makes it much easier for anybody elderly or a handicapped person to get into the building. Next to the ramp, we put in a handicap parking access, so especially for a wheelchair, they can just unload directly onto the sidewalk and go up to the ramp.
Joe, I know Essex County administers the Community Development Block Grant Program for businesses and nonprofits all over the county. In these tough economic times, how important is a program like this?
First of all, anytime you can receive dollars from the federal government to be able to assist our local municipalities is very important, especially be able to make improvements within that town there, whether it's, you know, improving sidewalks or putting new facades on businesses. It's dollars that are coming in that are upgrading our community. And, you know, also there is dollars for nonprofit organizations to be able to provide service and assistance for the people. You know, 18 out of 22 of our municipality utilizes these dollars, and it's approximately about $7 million. But each and every year, because of the economy the way it is, you know, we have tight financial dollars here, but also the federal government. We have to fight for the federal dollars to be able to come here so we could be able to provide these dollars to our municipalities.
Joe, I know you recently gave your State of the County speech and highlighted just a tremendous number of accomplishments that took place in Essex County over the last year. It was really a lot of information in that speech, but if you had to give just a brief message to people of what it was about, what would you say?
Each year we give the State of the County report, and when you go back and you look at the things that we were able to accomplish as a team in Essex County, to see it on camera there, the facilities that we were able to upgrade, whether it's the parks, whether for our infrastructure, or whether it's program. But the biggest thing to me is what we're doing budgetarily, and there's no question we're going through some very, very difficult times and from some challenging times that we're continually asking our employees to do a lot more with a lot less. And guess what? Things are not going to change. We're going to continue to do a lot more with a lot less because there are people out there that are hurting.
Around the state, people are talking about the budget crisis, the tough economic times. How do you think Essex County's faring? How have things been going here in the county, would you say?
Well, I think we're very fortunate to have an experienced county executive in Joe DiVincenzo. And although I know the times, it's going to be a very difficult time, but I have every confidence that he'll lead us through this.
Joe was able to leverage a lot of federal and state funds to get things done throughout the county. He reined in health care costs, renegotiating with providers. He has offered fairness to workers and asked workers to hold the line. So Essex County is really out front in terms of the kinds of things that governmental leaders have to do to contain costs and to keep taxes at a reasonable place for people.
This is going to be very difficult, and this is the time that you need, courageous leadership like the kind that Joe D really provides. And so he has a very powerful vision, and that vision is helping to create such transformation. So we're doing key things in Essex County.
And he's a guy that you hear about what's going on, and you say, well, why didn't I think of that? Or how come? I have the greatest deal of respect for people that are thinkers, and they see something, but they see it what it can be, not what it is.
The thing with Joe is he is top shelf. I go back a long time. My father was mayor in Bloomfield back in the 80s. We've had county executives that just don't listen to the other municipalities. You give Joe a phone call, whether it's a simple thing like a pothole or the shared service with cleaning the Passaic River to alleviate the mosquito problem, Joe's involved.
Maybe it's because I know him so well that this wasn't just a speech. This is how he feels in his heart. And he loves the county, and he works, I could tell you, endlessly. I don't know how he keeps going.
I know no doubt is a sober budget year. There's a lot of serious things going on, but I know that we do have a lot to look forward to this year as well. Tell me about some of the things that you're working on.
2010 is going to be exciting. First of all, we have spring right around the corner. In Branch Brook Park, is known for its cherry blossom trees. When I took over in 2003, we only had 900 trees left, and our goal was to top Washington, D.C. Well, today I could report, come this spring, come visit our Branch Brook Park, our cherry blossoms, because you'll see over 4,100 cherry blossom trees. Now we actually have more trees than Washington, D.C. And in the world, we have 17 different varieties of cherry blossom trees, which makes us #1 in the world when it comes to that. We have our Cherry Blossom Festival, and I'm inviting our residents from Essex County, but also from our neighboring counties and people throughout the state to come here to enjoy what we have to offer here.
Well, there's no question that the Cherry Blossom Festival is just a tremendous event that draws thousands of people into Branch Brook Park, but that's not the only park in Essex County. There are a lot of other outdoor places. I understand that our golf courses are in full swing, and it's springtime here. What else can people do?
Do you play golf, Liz?
I am not a golfer, but I should try.
We've done a total renovation of all 3 of our golf courses, whether it be Hendricks Golf Course, Week Wake, or Burn, and they're in great condition. I mean, the golfers have been waiting for this for years, and we're excited about the improvements that we made. And of course, we want to see all our Essex County residents, even residents outside of Essex County, come use so we could bring in additional revenue. And of course, Turtleback Zoo is the hottest place in New Jersey. We were just rated in the New Jersey Monthly as the #1 zoo in the state of New Jersey, and that's a big accomplishment. So ever since the previous administration wanted to close it down in 1995, and then of course you have Richard Cody Arena, you have our 20 parks, you have the Presby Irish Gardens, you have Kipps Castle. It's just that we have so much to offer our residents, and every one of our facilities have been upgraded, and we want our residents to come out and to be able to enjoy it. My goal was always, since 2003, is to keep people here within Essex County to enjoy the quality of life, and I think that we've done that, and my commitment is to continue to improve the things that we're doing, whether it's our parks, whether our infrastructure, or whether it's just providing programs for our residents.
I know people can get information about these events and many other things going on in Essex County through our Essex County website. Thank you for joining us for another edition of Inside Essex County. I'm Liz Moore.
I'm Essex County Executive Joseph DiVincenzo. Working together, we will continue to put Essex County first.